What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Berm, and today we are hitting the VGC Series 2. Finally, I'm correct in saying that. Series 2 ranked ladder, and I'm very excited because for the first time ever in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, we are able to use Paradox Pokemon. That's the talk of the town. Paradox Pokemon are now allowed in VGC, in the ranked ladder. And what better way to do that than by using this Sandy Shock's team? We also have Iron Valiant on this team. We also have Iron Bundle on this team. And we also have Iron Treads on this team. I did not stop at one Paradoxmon per team. We're rocking 4 in this first video of Series 2. Drop a comment, leave a like, subscribe if you are new, because we're going to be releasing new videos every single week. Multiple videos a week with fun teams that you can use on the ranked ladder for yourself. I love using weird Pokemon. If this is your first time clicking on one of my videos, I use weird Pokemon, weird strategies, try to win with things you don't normally see. So do not miss that if that interests you, and hit the notification bell if you never want to miss a team. Missing teams is very easy. I only have 5 rental code slots to share, and if you miss them, then next week they're gone, and then you can't rent them anymore. And how sad would that be? I'm going to jump into a team breakdown here really quickly. If that's not your thing, I totally get it. You can dive into the first video by looking at the time codes in the description below. But a lot of people come to the channel and they are maybe starting out in VGC and want to know how the team is supposed to work, and so I like to provide this team breakdown. Let's do that right now. People who are familiar with the channel may be aware of a certain strategy of mine that I like to deploy every now and then, and likes to deploy it certainly in Sword and Shield, which is the gravity strategies. Nobody uses gravity, and I love using gravity. And the second that I saw Sandy Shock's stats and move pool was the second that I was like, ooh, I'm doing some gravity stuff immediately. Basically, Earth Power, Gravity, Protect, Discharge, Protosynthesis. This is a past Paradox form, meaning that it gets powered up by the sun. We don't have that on this team, and so this is the Pokemon that I've chosen to hold booster energy, meaning it'll pop its ability without needing sun, and it'll increase its speed because this Pokemon is bred for max speed, max special attack to the point that its special attack is no longer the highest stat. You'll see here that my spreads are not exactly correct. In the actual team, when you use it, the special attack will be lowered so that it's just below the speed. The speed is what will increase by booster energy. The idea there is that turn 1, if you're the fastest thing on the field, you can get gravity off immediately and not have to worry about your Pokemon surviving. A lot of Pokemon that get gravity are like Bronzong and like Orbeetle did it in Sword and Shield. They're not the fastest Pokemon in the world, so you kind of have to cross your fingers that they're going to survive the turn if you want to even get gravity off at all. Not anymore. This is an incredibly fast gravity user, and I'm so excited to use it. We also have Noivern. Noivern showed up on a recent team of mine. This Noivern is Covert Cloak, max speed, max special attack, Hurricane, Draco Meteor, Tailwind, and Heat Wave with the Telepathy ability, not Frisk, as you see there. It's also a Fire Tera type. This guy, by the way, is Sandy Shock's is Flying Tera type. Noivern is Fire Tera type. The idea here is that you can discharge with Sandy Shock's and not hit Noivern, and you can lead these two 1 and 2 in the very beginning of the game. Get gravity off, get Tailwind off, or get discharge off and get Tailwind off, or get gravity off, and then like Sandy Shock's will move first. So then Noivern you can use a move if you're already faster and you're not worried about being outsped for the rest of the game. It's a pretty quick team even without Tailwind, so something to just be aware of. And if you didn't know what gravity does, by the way, is that it increases your accuracy on everything. It makes flying Pokemon and levitating Pokemon hit the ground, which is great because Earth Power can then hit Rotoms and stuff, and Corviknights and whatever else might otherwise be immune to ground are now completely weak to ground. But it also increases the accuracy of all moves being used in the field, meaning moves like Hurricane, Draco Meteor, Heat Wave. You don't got to worry about them missing anymore, which is absolutely insane. And the fact that Noivern also gets Telepathy is such good synergy between these first 2 lead Pokemon. We also have Iron Bundle. People know Iron Bundle's broken. This one has a Focus Sash. It's Tera type Grass, in fact. Max speed, max special attack. This Pokemon's broken, and the thing that sucks about this Pokemon is that it relies on Hydro Pump and Blizzard as its 2 most powerful stab moves, And those moves, they don't hit when you need them to hit. Not with Gravity. With Gravity, you'll be fine. You'll be hitting all these moves. Don't worry about it. We have Iron Valiant, which I'm so excited to use on the channel because this Pokemon's so cool. I love that they fused 2 different Pokemon designs into one future form. With Life Orb, Tera type is actually Steel for this one, and it's max speed, max special attack, and a little bit of HP investment. And the idea here is that you are slow enough to underspeed Iron Treads, which normally Iron Valiant outspeeds Iron Treads if you were to go full speed investment, but still fast enough that your speed is what gets boosted by Quark Drive. Okay, I'll explain that a little bit in a second. You get Dazzling Gleam, you get Hypnosis, which is something that becomes incredibly more accurate under Gravity. I think there's still is there still a 5% chance you miss? I can't remember. That might be Sing. Hypnosis might be 100% accurate now. Definitely hit it more often. Protect and Focus Blast as a stab, special attacking move coming from one of the fastest Pokemon now, and it's going to be hitting so hard. I really hope we get to use Focus Blast today. We now have Iron Treads. Iron Treads is Tera type ground, and it's holding the Pasho Berry. This Pokemon, if it's at full health, will live a hit from a water Pokemon, and specifically it'll live a Hydro Pump from a Iron Bundle. A lot of people are out there leading Iron Bundle in these early days of Series 2. Iron Treads, if it's at full HP, will live thanks to the Pasho Berry, and it will help because it means that you might be able to get off a Rock Slide for super effective damage on that Iron Bundle, or an Iron Head for neutral damage on that Iron Bundle, or what you can see on this Pokemon is Electric Terrain. I wasn't looking at Iron Treads initially to make a video with, and then I realized that it's an incredibly fast Pokemon that is not an electric type that gets Electric Terrain, and I thought, that's cool as hell. It's also a ground, specifically it's not an electric type, and it's a ground type. And the reason that is very cool is because you can go out with Iron Treads and Noivern instead of Sandy Shocks. Maybe Gravity isn't going to work for you in this specific game. And these two can lead together, and Earthquake can Earthquake around Noivern, and Noivern doesn't have to worry about that. Additionally, if you were to get Gravity off and use Earthquake with Noivern on the field with Iron Treads, Noivern still wouldn't get hit by it because of telepathy, which is kind of a weird interaction, but is true. And if you have Iron Valiant and Iron Treads on the field, Iron Treads can go for Electric Terrain first, get that speed boost for Iron Valiant, and then Iron Valiant in the same turn will benefit from Quark Drive being popped. That's why it's important to me that Iron Valiant just barely underspeeds Iron Treads, but also gets enough speed. That speed is still being boosted because speed is what needs to be boosted. We have the Life Orb. We don't need to deal as much damage via our stats, right? Because we have that item that helps us do that. And finally, we have Gothitelle. This Gothitelle is Shadow Tag, not Frisk. It is a Tera type fairy with Citrus Berry, max special defense and HP, 0 speed. This Pokemon gets Hypnosis, so it can benefit from Gravity a little bit. It gets Foul Play, Fake Out, which is really helpful, and Trick Room to reverse Trick Rooms if your opponent is going hard Trick Room. And if you lead Gothitelle, they might not go for Trick Room anyway. And if you lead Gothitelle, maybe you can fake them out and stop them from ever even be able to get up Trick Room. But this is your answer to reversing Trick Room if it turns out that you're in a situation where you're like, oh, this is going to be hard Trick Room. I got to deal with this. Things you got to be careful about on the team. A, Sandy Shocks is the flying Tera type. That's for if you ever want to lead Sandy Shocks and Iron Tread. Something that I do because sometimes it's nice to get the Gravity and the Electric Terrain up turn 1, because Electric Terrain does act as a tailwind of sorts for Iron Bundle and Iron Valiant and Iron Treads itself. And sometimes I'll do that instead of bringing Tailwind at all. The thing is, if you go for Gravity and Tera flying your Sandy Shocks, you will get hit by Earthquake. So don't make yourself immune to Earthquake and then susceptible to Earthquake again. Don't do that, okay? Look at me. Don't do that. Another way that you can trip yourself up with this team, do not Electric Terrain to speed up your Iron Valiant and then go for Hypnosis. The opposing Pokemon will not fall asleep in Electric Terrain. Electric Terrain doesn't let your Pokemon fall asleep, so don't set it and then try and put a Pokemon to sleep. You got to be really careful. You have full control over whether you're setting Gravity, whether you're Tera flying, whether you're setting Electric Terrain. Don't allow yourself to get in the way of yourself. And that goes for life as well, by the way. Don't get in your way. What are you doing? That's the team, everybody. I'm really excited to use it. I hope you are too. We got lots and lots of new friends to try out here. Again, if you wouldn't mind liking, commenting, subscribing, especially if you're already going down to the description anyway, you're going to be near all those buttons. Please click them. Please click them. The channel's growing every day, and your help is greatly appreciated there. Help the video reach more people, help more people get these teams. And without any further ado, let's hop into our first battle of Series 2, shall we? All right, my opponent has the two fastest Paradox forms, which are the Iron Bundle and the Mischievous XD. They also have the Amoongus monster. I'm gonna have to get used to these names because they're not even Pokemon names. They're just an adjective and a noun. So we need to be careful about outspeeding immediately. Something that we can do is if they do lead the Iron Bundle and I want to go for Tailwind, because unfortunately going for Electric Terrain does boost their Iron Bundle as well. I can Tera Fire and then we won't die, hopefully, to something. I don't hate that idea. So let's do it. I don't think they're going to be setting Electric Terrain by any means. So I don't think we have to worry about Hypnosis not hitting. So let's go Iron Valiant. You know what? Does Iron Valiant need to come to this one? There actually aren't a lot of Pokemon that I want to hit things with Iron Valiant. So we might just go Iron Bundle and Iron Treads in this one. Yeah, let's do that. Let's leave Iron Valiant at home for this first one. I'm looking at their team and I'm like, what do I want to hit for super effective fairy or fighting damage? And really the only answer is that Grass Dark Amoongus. What is it called? Crazy Beak? Oh no, it's the Bonnet. Something Bonnet? Old Bonnet? What is it called? That thing is a dark type now, and it's the only thing that I wanted to hit for super effective damage, and we can do the same thing with Noivern and Delibird if we need to. You're going to have to be patient with me with the names, okay? That's all. There's my booster energy. Their booster energy also activated, so I got to be careful about them actually being able to... Oh no, it didn't activate. Did it activate? Ooh, that's interesting. It doesn't show up as a boost. It's not like a standard... That's weird. Okay. Gotta be careful here. I think that I can Tera Fire, get this Tailwind, and get the Gravity. It's what I gotta try to do. But I have to Tera Fire so that I don't die to a Blizzard or an Icy Wind even. Might take me out. A lot of Iron Bundles are going to lead, and a lot of Iron Bundles are going to go for Icy Wind immediately. So just be aware of that. Don't let it happen. And the leads on this team are both weak to Icy Wind. So just be aware of Iron Bundles being annoying, being an issue. What else I could have done is that I could have led with Iron Treads here, and I probably should have. They're just going to protect there. That's interesting. I wonder why. They're going to Freeze Dry just straight into my Fire type, so we're going to get these moves off. Really happy that that worked out. There's the Grav. And there's the Tailwind. Not bad. So we're now faster than stuff. We're going to Hurricane, not Heat Wave. We're going to Hurricane straight into the Iron Bundle, and I'm going to Discharge, because I think there's a chance... Iron Bundles, I think, are going to be pretty commonly running... Oh, no, you know what? We know that this one's Quark Drive. Or, sorry, we know that it's Booster Energy, right? I still think I'm going to Discharge. What's annoying is that Armorage might be packing the Trick Room now, which I'm realizing I've already locked in my moves. It might try to go for. Armorage just love doing that to me. I've taken it as a personal offense. Whenever an Armorage goes for Trick Room. So you see, ooh, that's great. Wait, okay, we crit the Iron Bundle, and we paralyzed the Armorage. That's huge, and we didn't hit our Noivern at all. So that's great, which means that Hurricane's actually going to go into Armor Rouge here. And it's definitely going to hit. And they just went for Expanding Force. That's phenomenal. That is phenomenal. Sandy Shocks is going to take that like a champ. They could have gotten Trick Room off there. Despite it all. On this turn, I don't think I'm going to go for spread moves because I think there's a chance that the Armor Rouge could still just wide guard. Although, of course, now it's more tempting than ever. No, you know what? If they go for wide guard, then it's just the Ndidi attacking, which is, like, fine with me. Like, I don't care about that. So we're going to Hurricane Ndidi and just go for another discharge. Maybe they just protect again, or I don't know. It tried to protect, but it was fully parried. That's insane. That's great. Well done. And let's see what we can do with this Hurricane here. Okay. And now the Ndidi's going to get off the Trick Room. Interesting. Okay. I actually feel good that we stalled out so many turns of Tailwind now. Like, we got use of them pretty... Like a couple of them there. And now, in the back, we have these two Mons. Which my opponent still has to be worried about, you know. Because they don't have super effective things against the Noivern. Like, Noivern could still be an issue. And if they just follow me, then Noivern gets this Heat Wave off. And I could protect with Sandy Shocks for a turn to stall more Trick Room. And stall more Tailwind. I think I'm going to do that. Just going to protect with Sandy. And they're just going to cancel the battle. Oh, I'm not mad at that. Interesting that they waited until they got Trick Room off and then canceled. But that's cool. By the way, in that situation, what also you can do is you can switch out Sandy Shocks and bring it back in under Trick Room. A lot of Pokemon right now are like, teams are like hybrid teams. I haven't seen a lot of like straight up Trick Room teams, meaning Sandy Shocks without that speed boost might underspeed something like an Iron Bundle or a Misdreavus XD. What is that? What is that thing? Something main? Flutter main. Or a Flutter main. And so maybe you can get a little cheeky by switching it out and resetting your own speed boost. Regardless, super happy with how that game went. We didn't need to go into our reserves at all. It was just Noivern, just Sandy Shocks. I love to see it. Good game to my opponent. My opponent is almost entirely Trick Room. I think it is entirely Trick Room. And they get attack boosts on the bundle from Sun. An important and interesting development. I think what I want to do here is not... I don't got to worry about underspeeding any of these Pokemon outside of Tailwind or Electric Terrain, so I don't even worry about that. I think I'm going to got to go for Hypnosis here, and I got to go for Gravity, which is very exciting to me because I haven't gotten to do a ton of that. Let's go Sandy. Let's go Gothitelle. To reverse their Trick Room if we need to. They don't have Psychic Terrain either, so I could fake something out for a turn if they're not Covert Cloak. Let's go Valiant as well. And then... Iron Treads might have something to say here. Iron Bundle could do some stuff. Noivern's actually super effective against... Well, kind of nothing, I guess. I think Iron Treads is the play, because... Yeah. Not for Electric Terrain, just for its stab and spread coverage. This will be interesting. Let's see. So that's how they're going to set Trick Room, is with Spirit Tomb then. What I'll try to do in this scenario then is just... Well, I could fake out their own... I could set Gravity. Fake out their...
and try to fake out their Hariyama here. Well, no, because I won't move before them, right? I think I might as well try to just Hypnosis them. If they don't fake out, then I want to put the Spiritomb to sleep before it can even set Trick Room. And if they fake out Sandy Shocks, then I have a chance of just hitting a dry Hypnosis. If they fake out Gothitelle, then I have a chance of just go. Then I can just Gravity and go for the wet Hypnosis. Is it a wet Hypnosis if Gravity's up? Oh, I didn't even think about that. They go Tera Ground. I guess they're worried about, or sorry, Tera Fighting. They're worried about a Earth Power from Sandy Shocks. That wasn't even my play. There's the Gravity. I'm not worried about that. They're going to go for Trick Room here with Spiritomb. And on this next turn, I can actually just Hypnosis stuff. I don't need to Trick Room right away. But I'm kind of worried about... Well, no. I think that I Earth Power the Spiritomb. Try and get it lower. And also I can Hypnosis the Spiritomb. Because I don't want to get hit by a move from it. We should underspeed it. Oop, we did not underspeed it. Okay. Spiritomb much slower than I thought. They're just going to try and eliminate my Sandy Shocks, which I'm kind of cool with that. I want to get fully accurate Hypnosises. I'm a little bit surprised to find out that Gothitelle's underspeeding these Pokemon. I don't know the exact speed stats, but Gothitelle is min speed. But there's a wet Hypnosis for you. So that's fun. Let's definitely go Iron Valiant now. We can Protect for a turn, reverse Trick Room. Protect for one turn. Let's reverse that Trick Room. Their Spiritomb has to take a turn of sleep. That's the nice thing about Hypnosis going second on that turn, is that they're guaranteed a sleep turn, and it has to be at the beginning of this next turn. And then we will have incredibly powerful Dazzling Gleams going into my opponent on this next turn. And I don't think that this Iron Hands has anything it can do. Yeah, I'm going to resist this. Close combat's your best option? Wow, that did so much damage still. Holy cow. Whew. This Citrus Berry could not be eaten soon enough. That did so much damage. I mean, I'm especially defensive, not physically defensive, but still, I resisted that. Jeez. That was almost horrible. That was almost horrible. Okay. Now we Dazzling Gleam 1000%. They close combated a couple times, so Hariyama will go down. Iron Hands will go down. It makes me kind of think that I can just foul play the Spiritomb itself for neutral damage. Because it won't wake up before Gothitelle, so there's no point in going for, there's no point in going for Hypnosis there to try and catch it in case it wakes up. It's going to go after me, whether it Trick Rooms or not. Don't wake up. Don't wake up. That's good news. That's good news. Foul play really doing nothing there. That Spiritomb is giving me ideas. I'm looking at that Spiritomb like, ooh, is that Pokemon good? Okay. That's kind of cool. There's the Torkoal coming out now. Sunlight's going to get harsh, but you know what? We still have one more turn of Gravity, so I can go for a nice Dazzling Gleam here, and a real nice wet Hypnosis onto the Torkoal. And if everything else is underspeeding Gothitelle, then the Torkoal should too. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy we're getting this. We're hitting Hypnosises. I wanted to be hitting the Hypnosises with Valiant, but it, you know, apples and oranges. They're both fruits, you know what I mean? Ooh, the nice shiny bundle. That's cool. Let's make sure we read what it's because you can't. Okay, the attack was heightened. Maybe you've already seen me do battles where I've messed this up, but make sure you read that line. Be very careful because you can't see it in their stat boosts. You have to read whether or not it was attack boosted or speed boosted or whatever. Yeah, we just Dazzling Gleam again. And I think I mean, I could probably save Gothitelle if I really wanted to, although I'm pretty nervous about what the Torkoal is going to do if it wakes up. Do to me if it wakes up. I think I'm just going to foul play this thing. I know it's not very effective, but we just saw it get an attack boost, and its attack is insanely high. And it'll kill from there for sure. If Gothitelle even moves first. It does, cool. Cool. So now we should be just good to go. Locked and loaded. They are still asleep. Even if they've woken up there, gotten like a heat wave that killed both of my Pokemon, I think we would have been okay. Dazzling Gleam, not going to do a ton to that thing. I think I might just try and go for the Focus Blast just to try and do it. My opponent's going to cancel the battle. But if they let me do it, I might try to do the Focus Blast. Because we know that Iron Treads in the back will hit an Earthquake anyway. Yeah, we'll try to foul play as well. Not going to get to see that. Sorry, folks. It wasn't gravity boosted anyway, so who cares? Wow, very fun. Happy with how that went. Gothitelle really showing its stuff. Good game to my opponent. Okay, my opponent has the Tusk. What is it? Something Tusk? Adjective Tusk? Curly Tusk? Also has a Valiant of their own. A couple of slicey boys. Really. So I really think that in this situation, I like the Noivern lead because, yeah, I really like that a lot. And I love getting gravity up here if we can, because if we can, then we can hit that Rotom for super effective. We can hit a lot more stuff with Earthquakes, so I want to bring you as well. And the big question is, who do I bring as my last mon? Let's bring Valiant. I'm excited to use Valiant. Valiant doesn't really have a ton for the Ceruledge. But I had a lot of Iron Treads has stuff for Ceruledge. I have the Iron Bundle. I have the Sandy Shocks. Maybe they'll be scared to just not bring Ceruledge at all. They go Meowscarada Murkrow here. I may need to Tera Grass immediately to live a Flower Trick. Alternatively, I could Protect for one turn, see what they do, and just get my Tailwind off, and then on the next turn, I'll just outspeed the Meowscarada. So let's see. They get their Tailwind. Yup. They try to Flower Trick. Yup. And I'm just going to Tailwind. Okay, we're going to Tera Flying my Sandy Shocks here. There's a couple reasons I'm excited about this. One, you never really do this. You really only do it when they lead with like a threatening ground Pokemon that you don't want to get hit by. Because we're going to immediately set Gravity anyway. So like you would do it against a Pokemon that you're not going to set Gravity against, so you can just stop the move. But we're going to go Flying and go Gravity just because we're trying to resist a Grass move. The other reason I'm excited about it is you'll see in just a second here. It's going to be pretty funny. We're going to Hurricane straight into the Meowscarada now. Because Sandy Shocks should go first before Noivern, and we would get the 100% accurate. I give you Spinning Hat. I saw this on YouTube, or on Twitter. We got the gravity off. That's fabulous. Everybody's falling from the sky. Noivern's falling from the sky. Murkrow's falling from the sky. Sandy Shocks itself is falling from the sky. There's the flower trick. We will resist. Excellent. And there's the hurricane. Are you sashed? You are. Okay. And there's just a Brave Bird into my Noivern? That's okay. I'm cool with that. Let's discharge. We know we'll get it off. We know we won't hurt Noivern. And I think I just Hurricaned the Murkrow this time. We know we're going to hit it. Telepathy. Can't be hit by discharge. Nice. Taking out the Meowscarada. Doing tons of damage to the Murkrow. If Murkrow's just attacking again, we'll move first here. Bang. Super accurate hurricanes. Goodbye. I can't believe that we're getting this game immediately, and we're getting the spinning hat. It's so fun. Annoyingly, it's stuck behind my... hold on, I can give you a better view of this real quick. Ooh, they bring out their Valiant. Check out that spinning hat. Look at it go. Crazy. They've fallen from the sky, which makes me really, really want to hit this Earth Power on the Rotom. So I'm going to try and do that. And they're weak to Hurricane with Valiant, so we're going to do that. Both of us have Tailwind still, yeah. So they might get some shots in here too, but I kind of want to just see how it shakes out. Valiant's just going to protect to stall out my last turn of Trick Room. Or of Tailwind, rather. Ooh, it was a crit. Oh, no. That felt good, hitting a Rotom with an Earth Power. Hell yeah. Not bad. What we can do here is two things. We can literally discharge and we can Tailwind, and there's a chance that we either get Tailwind up or we paralyze their Valiant, both of which I'm chill with. I'm cool with either option. They're going to Tera. What are they going to Tera into? What that Tera Ball do? A water type. Okay, so making yourself weak to discharge. Interesting. Ooh. Armpit sweat, sorry. Discharge. Sandy Shocks. Doing everything. Didn't even need to go into my back Pokemon. Sandy Shocks, just taking things out. Might have to be on the thumbnail. Good game to my opponent. Hey, thanks so much for checking out this video. If you want to use this Iron Valiant Sandy Shocks Gravity team for yourself, be my guest. The link to the PokePaste is in the description below. The rental code is on screen right now. And also in the description below is the rental code. Keep in mind, by the way, that if I ever update a team, this obviously won't change the rental code on screen, but the rental code in the description always will. So go check that out in case this one's not working for some reason. I may have just tweaked something. And then the one in the description will always be accurate. There's also a full team breakdown in the description in case you want to go in there, see what the spreads are because you want to make a change on your end for a thing or two, but you like the overall idea. All of that details and stuff are always in the description as well. There's also a link to the Berm Firm Discord in the description. Come join us over on the Discord for all the viewers of the channel to talk and trade and help each other out with ideas and whatnot. It's a fun time over there. Can't recommend it enough. And if you wouldn't mind liking, commenting, subscribing, I'm sharing weird, fun teams, fun rental codes all the time, doing weird stuff like Gravity on day 1 of Series 2. So if that is any indication, there's plenty more in store. So if you liked this, you're going to like it if you subscribe and hit that notification bell. I assure you, friend. Thanks so much for watching this video. I sure do appreciate it. The channel's growing every day. I love it. I hope you're still enjoying it. And until next time, my name is Berm. See you later.